Well, brain fog is a topic that comes up, and to say what is brain fog, well, that's a good one. It's when you just can't put the pieces of the puzzle together. Memory might be a little slow, trying to find a word to complete a sentence, remembering why you walked in the kitchen. Was it to get the car keys or is there something in the refrigerator? And I talked to someone about that this morning. So, it happens to all of us. Most commonly, it's something that we see with the hormone imbalance, with low hormone levels. And so what do we specifically do for brain fog? I use different supplements. Certainly things like pregnenolone is a supplement that does work well to help with brain fog. But most importantly, hormone balancing. Having optimal levels, high normal or optimal levels of free and total testosterone, estradiol, and progesterone for women. When you don't have adequate hormone levels, things just don't work right. Whether it be glucose metabolism, lipid metabolism, muscle metabolism, cognitive function, all of those things are very significantly affected by low hormone levels. And things like thyroid, subclinical hypothyroidism is very common and grossly underdiagnosed or misdiagnosed. And so knowing how to deal and optimize hormone levels is probably first and foremost, and then adding other supplements. We do things like, high dose ozone therapy, which is extremely healing, hyperbaric oxygen therapy to be in an environment of 2 atmospheres below sea level for an hour at a time with 98% oxygen levels in your bloodstream are very healing and very important in helping to combat brain fog, any kind of cognitive defect that we might see. Again, first and foremost is balance hormones, then look at micronutrients, making sure that we're taking good nutrients because, face it, the foods that we eat are grown in nutrient poor soils. Not only that, many of them are laced with glyphosate. It's why I avoid most grains and bread. It's raised in the United States. It has glyphosate in it, and it is a very toxic compound. So, there really are a number of things that we can do to help with cognitive function. Well, I would say the most important thing to do is get a baseline. We need to get hormone testing done, a comprehensive panel, look at levels of inflammation, see where your B vitamins and folic acid are, for instance. Maybe we do a complete micronutrient analysis, but certainly hormones are the most important because that's what seems to produce the biggest change in those symptoms in a positive way is restoration of normal hormone balance. And, it used to be it was 40s, 50s and up, perimenopause for women, older guys. But now, we're bombarded with endocrine disrupting chemicals and compounds. And so I see this in 30-year-olds all the time, 30 and 40-year-olds that just, certainly for a female, they're years for menopause, but testosterone, progesterone's decline, DHEA, maybe even growth hormone levels. And so there are a number of things that we can do to restore our chemistries and our biology and physiology to an optimal level where we were in our teens and early 20s and maintain it there for an unlimited period of time. So if you're interested in finding out or trying to get to the bottom of why things aren't perhaps working correctly right now or why you have brain fog, memory issues, then just call us. You can call at 970-201-1332 or go on our website at aspen-regenerativemedicine.com. You can listen to a number of my podcasts, but we'll help arrange a blood work wherever you live at a lab core near you. They're everywhere in America. And then we can do a telemedicine consult to just talk about it and see if you're a candidate for any kind of intervention and what might work best for you.